Ah, hello, and welcome back to Trip's Tales. Tonight, we're taking another look into Island Walker, episode 16, Kraken Hunt. Splash! Watch it, Erik. I see it. Erik steadied the wheel to keep them on course and away from a group of giant cod leaping out of the water. Alf rushed the helm. Maybe I should take over again. I've got this. It's my boat. So let me take over. Why don't you just teach me? Alf sighed and crossed his arms. Relax yourself and aim true. If you're too stiff, you'll jerk us around the boat. Erik did as he was told. After all, if he was to do away with Alf, he'd need to know how to steer Undiscovered Country. She was a beauty, much bigger than the last fishing boat Alf was in. This one had a helm closed off from the elements with large windows out to the front and sides, a proper cockpit. With money safely concealed away, buying a vessel was no issue. Fortunately for Erik, Alf had paid in cash. But what was he to do with that boat back on shore? Make sure it got lost? What made you want to search for Afghafa? What made you? Erik had been hostile towards Alf ever since they found him, but he wasn't quite sure why. Either way, he didn't think he'd get much of an answer out of the professor. I didn't want to. I didn't even think they existed, but Dag insisted that we find one. You see, we were having some trouble competing with the other fishermen. He insisted we needed an edge, and this was our last ditch effort. I think Dag was afraid of going out here based on his own experiences when he was younger. He didn't really show it though. But my, what a good day for fishing. Our boat was destroyed, but I washed on shore with a month's worth of fish. But Dag, I'm afraid, Erik. I'll help you out, but I don't like the thought of being too close to one of those things again. You're bringing us to the right place, right? Based on my maps and what you said, this is the... Yes, I'm sure of it. Dag may have known the location better, but I'm sure we can get us back there. Erik scoffed and eyed GPS. Once they reached the beast, he'd take coordinates so we can come back if needed. I hope so. Are all American professors like you? What do you mean? Like a bulldog with sharpened teeth and claws. To be in your classroom would mean to be barked at and chewed alive. I think my lectures are quite nice, thank you very much. I wasn't talking about the lectures themselves. Necessarily. Erik opened his mouth to respond, but closed it until he can find a way to counter. We're not bulldogs. No, I can't do this. Do you have anything to drink around here? You stock up Undiscovered Country? I might have some aquavit lying around. Let me go check. Elf left and Erik sighed. I can't kill, he thought. Maybe if I just tell him or the others, then maybe we could help him disappear? But not kill him. I'm sure Harold or Bjorn could help. Besides, there's no way the Hafkafamilts could spy out here. I mean, that was just a scare tactic. Maybe I'll tell Alf first, and then ask if we should tell the others. I mean, this matter really just concerns he and I. Alf returned with a glass of aquavit on the rocks. Here we are. Normally we shouldn't drink and drive, but I haven't met anyone who doesn't drink while driving a boat. Erik grabbed it and downed it. Like the fountain of youth, the liquor gave him a life and a sense of calm. He felt light, and a rush of adrenaline flooded back into him. Something he hadn't felt in a while. Then it hit him. He hadn't told Alf he'd quit drinking. That was the most he'd had in a long time. Feel better? Maybe one more glass, Erik slurred out. A smile carved his face, and Alf was starting to like this side of Erik. He poured another glass and one for himself. Both men sipped their drinks. So, why a professor? I don't know. Erik's fears were gone. The murder, maybe even the Hafkafa. I like learning, I guess. Also, Vikings and Scandinavian history is pretty cool. Something, I have heritage out here. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to be related to Ref the Sly, Ragnar Lothbrok, or Björn Ironside? Erik motioned to Bjorn outside and laughed to himself. I mean, think about it, Alf. Hundreds of years ago, people accepted beings such as the Kraken and wrote them down in literature and poems, drew them on maps. It's like people don't have an imagination anymore, or just the days of monsters are gone. So, do you believe? I'm scared to believe. You probably know the stories as well as I. Getting close is rather dangerous. I'm just glad they're not malicious like in Hollywood movies. Ooh. Then what made you want to search for Hafkifa? Erik got his glass. I wanted some adventure. And I guess I'm an alcoholic. I was just hoping the trip would help me quit cold turkey, but I suppose... well, that failed. Cold turkey is hard, Erik. Sometimes it's best to win yourself off, or just have a support group. The people you are with are kind of instigators. I suppose. Would you like any more? He stopped himself. He didn't... his body physically didn't want any more, like there was a limit to how much he could handle. I don't. Alf smiled. Then I guess it kind of worked? I guess it did. Erik stood behind the wheel. Not to say that I'm really not drunk right now. Erik laughed and Alf joined. Alf, can I ask you something? Sure. Well, not to bring down the mood, but how was it with the Hafka millets? Alf's face practically turned white. Not great. They beat me and asked if I knew anyone else who knew where the Hafka was. A lot of torture. But then they just let me go. As if nothing happened. A part of me is wondering if they're tailing us here, if they're going to kill me. Oh, hold up, buddy, Erik reassured. No one is killing anyone. Look, I have to tell you something. Seaweed Alf! Harold shouted, jumping into the cabin. He pointed straight ahead as fish as big as dolphins jumped for joy. All around them was thick, seaweed-like substance. Erik and Alf froze for a moment before Alf jumped over to the helm. Let me take over. Erik obliged this time and backed up, not believing what he was witnessing, making sure to jot down these coordinates before they were lost. Excited, Bart rushed to Erik. Erik, it's him! It's the Kraken! Haha, yes. What will happen next time? Find out right here on Trip Stays.